Welcome back to Thirsty Thursdays with Noah Jones and Blake Longfellow. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. This is our Christmas episode. How are you doing, Noah?
Well, I was about to say that I was feeling thirsty, but I just started foaming up my beer. I must have set it down too hard. So,
Hey, not everyone can be a professional. It's okay.
yeah, clearly. Now I have a mess on my hands. But anyway, happy holidays, man. Are you excited? Are you excited for
Yeah, I'm
Christmas?
very happy. I'm very excited for the holidays. I don't know. It's always been in my genes with like Christmas and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know you're not really religious, but you're a pretty religious guy. You're doing the Catholic calendar for Advent with the beer Advent calendar. How's that going?
It's been a very great fun just exploring different beers that some I've had in the past and some I haven't had. I mean, that's the whole reason why I went with exploring in my name is because I love exploring beers, breweries, and everything else. So
Yeah, for sure. Have you found like a particular one that you think you'll enjoy for the rest of time?
sad part is I think I could enjoy every one I've had. Just I mean,
I, I don't know that that's the sad part. I think that's half the reason you do this, right?
beers for stuff like that. I always buy for people I know or but sometimes I go off the deep end. But a lot of them has been like barrel aged stuff, which that is my beer. It's just something I truly enjoy.
Yeah.
It probably comes back from my me loving bourbon so much too.
Well, I was listening to Truth Beer and Podsequences the other day, and they were talking about how December, really Advent calendar period, is the time for craft beer drinkers. So I think you're sort of just
Oh
feeling
yeah,
yourself
I'm
with a
definitely
good
feeling
time.
myself right now. So um, yeah, but so what are you drinking tonight?
Well, so I've had a pretty busy week since last Thursday, so I haven't picked up any new beer. So I'm actually just reviewing the Bourbon Barrel Imperial Milk Stout that we had last time. So sort of lame on the drinking front,
Hey, there's
but
nothing absolutely
it's
wrong with
delicious
that. I mean,
nonetheless.
that's still a great beer. I went with the iconic one.
Yeah, what do you
I
got?
don't know if you've had this one. It's called Mad Elf by Trogs. It's out of Pennsylvania. Mean little elf. Hey, my mom actually
Mm.
introduced me to this one when she was drinking it before I could drink it. But it's a very heavy hitter too because it's like 11% too. So uh, it can
Mm.
come back and haunt you. So
Well, you said your mom introduced it to you. That's a pretty common thread for your entire family, right? Didn't your dad like help you get into craft? What's the whole story behind
my
that?
dad told me one time that my grandfather, who's no longer here, but I wish he could see what we're doing right now. But he uh, he brought back a multi pack of different craft beers for my dad and uncle, and they got hooked on the beers they got. And one thing my dad's always told me is if you're gonna drink good stuff. So I think I've hit the nail on the head on good stuff. I mean, I've never been really a domestic person outside of Bourbon County Stout, which I know that's a heavy line some days, but outside of that, I mean, I just absolutely love where. And one of my favorite things once I turned 21 was just going to breweries with my cousins and stuff like that. Because all my cousins out in St. Louis they're all craft beer drinkers. Because St. Louis does have really good breweries
Mm.
out
Yeah. So, do you have any like special Christmas holiday traditions with your like craft beer loving family?
there. More, I mean, just because a lot of my cousins have started families and stuff like that. So it's a little harder for all of us to get together, but after Christmas, I'll go out and see them, which I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, I know you're a St. Louisan, but a lot of my summers, especially as a
Yeah.
kid, I was always out in St. Louis. So you and I might have ran into each other a long time ago. We just never knew it. Especially if you like going to the science
Mhm.
center or zoo,
Yeah,
because that
maybe.
was two of the biggest things we ever did as a kid.
Oh yeah, I lived in Clayton, man. I was right
Oh
next
yeah,
door to Forest Park.
yeah. People always laugh at me. They say, "Which zoo have you been to the most?" I always say St. Louis Zoo. And they say, "Why?" Because it's free. Yes.
Well, it's
I
also like
mean,
one
I'm
of the
not saying
best
that, but
national
you
parks.
know what
So
I'm saying. I mean,
the
it's
joke's
free.
on
It's also
them.
one of the best parks in the zoos in the country. It's,
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah, for
looking forward to
sure.
going. Maybe I'll see
Yeah, there's
Paul
some gorgeous
Goldschmidt.
architecture there
I'm
too.
kidding.
One of my
Tell him they
Yeah,
hit better.
yeah, that's right. I actually just saw
Yeah.
not that this is a baseball podcast, but I did just see that John Mozeliak said that they would try and get him to extend for the rest of his
Which
career
I
as a
love
Cardinal,
that,
which
but
was
also if we're not going to
music
do
to my
well, I would
ears.
love to see him go get a ring. It's,
I mean,
yeah, I know.
selfishly, I guess I disagree. I really, really love having him
I
with the
know.
birds on the bat.
It's a rough patch right now, to say the least. But at least the Bengals are finally.
Yeah, we'll see. Also, have you seen? I was reading an article today about how Bally Sports, that currently carries several MLB teams, including the Cardinals, on television, are losing their rights. Or not, they haven't lost it yet, but like they're super close to losing their rights to carry the Cardinals and all of the
Mm,
other teams that they carry right now
I'm
because
not
they're
shocked at
going
all because if
bankrupt.
you don't have like cable or forget what else you have, you can't see them, so you can't pay to see them. So they redid it.
Yeah.
They
So
redid that to
according to the
themselves.
article that I read, well, I mean, I don't think it's their fault, right? But I think the times have
Yeah,
definitely caught up to a lot of industries. I mean, look at journalism, right? Now, like, when was the last time you
I know.
paid for a newspaper? Like, there's a reason that these companies are dying. And I love journalism. I think I am like, the heart and soul of journalism. I feel like that
Right,
is me, who I am. But, you know, the Cincinnati Enquirer, for instance,
right.
is sort of a shell of itself that it used to be from like the 80s or 70s or during the really classic sit at the table and read your
Mm,
newspaper on Sunday mornings time era. And now it's just kind of like if I can't read it for free on my cell phone, I'm not going to read it. And that really hurts the
yeah, it's
creators, the
definitely
content
changed a
creators.
lot. As a kid, on
Yeah.
between Centerville and Springboro, there used to be a huge Dayton Daily News little thing, and that's completely gone. Um,
Yeah, I mean it's sad. I went to school with someone whose mother was like one of the better reporters for the Dayton Daily News, and I think she's probably still there. But I still think about I know because I went to J school, right? So I know a lot of professional journalists still who are still working in the field or who have left the field like I have to do more fun things for hopefully a little bit more money. Um, and it's just sort of sad to see the state of journalism because there's a lot of good people. I would
I
like
think
to
you
include
are.
myself who are no longer able to afford to do that calling that even I
I
feel
think you are
today.
because you've helped me a lot on stuff, and I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. But you've never read any of my stories, but I appreciate
Yeah,
it. I appreciate
but
the idea,
also
the
if you
thought,
look
the
at
sentiment.
ESPN, I mean, it was like so.
Yeah,
I forget how many months ago they fired a lot of people that were journalists and stuff like that, which I hate it for that. But I
yeah. They seem to do that
at
once
the
a year.
same
It's
thing
it's
time,
also
it's like
sad. Yeah.
other networks are getting better because of some of those bigger, I don't know, better journalists that they fired go off and get different jobs like the Athletic or Yahoo or FS1. They get better
Right.
because of it. So I don't know. It's a
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be interesting to see how it all ends in the end, but
I know,
for right
but
now, it
you'll get
doesn't look
through it.
too great. But I'm also a bit of a
That's why
Debbie
you have me
Downer when it
because
comes to
I don't have many Debbie
media.
Downers in my bones. So which you've had to help me with that
Gotcha.
sometimes too. So
Yeah, well, sometimes I like to consider myself a realist, but today I
but
feel
it's
more or less like
Christmas.
a
I mean,
pessimist.
what are you doing for Christmas, man?
That's true. What am I doing? I'm going down to St. Louis, the birthplace of Noah Jones. and I will be there for I think until Boxing Day, otherwise known as December 26th, and then I'll be coming back up to my home in Cincinnati. Um, but it'll be fun. I'll see my dad's side of the family there, and I have several sisters that are joining us. So I don't really think we have anything big planned, but I'm looking forward to seeing them because I don't
Uh,
see them very often. What
I'll
about you?
have
What are you up to?
I have a good friend and her kids are coming over for Christmas Eve, but after that, it's just be my parents and I until I wish he stayed out there longer because I'm going out the 29th of December to go see my family out there for Christmas slash New Year's type thing. So it's just how my work
Gotcha.
schedule worked
Yeah,
out.
that's great.
So which it's good for me, but it's really good for
Cool.
my mom too. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I love it whenever you get to go to St. Louis because I almost live vicariously through you. I was sending you some really cool
I
speakeasy
know
stuff
that
that I
I
found on
didn't realize I was in
Instagram.
St. Louis, but
That
that looks
I
cool.
unfortunately, yeah, I know. I would love to go there. So if you go there, please take photos. I bet you and your dad could go for a
My
drink and
mom
have a
has
lot of
asked
fun.
us to put family first, and wherever we land, we land. So that
Last time I checked,
well,
your
yeah, but
dad is family.
you know what I mean. Who the hell is mowing in
I do know what
December?
you mean. I totally know what you mean.
Sorry, you probably don't hear that.
What's
Someone's like
up?
mowing in December. I'm like, why? I know,
Well, it is 46. That is
I know.
maybe mowing weather in
No, but I've always
Antarctica. Who
said
knows?
that after December, I'm done mowing. Whatever is left. I'll get it in March or April.
I don't think I've ever mowed past October. I mean,
I was
right
about
now
to
I
say.
have a lawn care company that comes as part of my HOA, but I can't imagine mowing
Oh,
after
I mean,
October.
with weather changing, it feels like leaves are falling later and later. But
That's true. Maybe that sounds factual, but still, I don't think I'll ever mow
no,
in December.
no.
That'll be
Heck,
my
it was like
my
30
my
some
my
degree. No, it
statement.
was like 29 degrees this morning. And I was like,
Yeah, yeah, I know. It really sucked. But I was looking at my phone; it was 46 earlier, so I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess there's still some reason to go outside." But that's like I have these friends. Actually, it's Eric's, the co-host of the Brewery Explorer podcast. He's dating this woman, and it wasn't like an argument. It was sort of like a faux pas or like a fake argument kind of thing. But she was talking about how I don't really care for dogs, which isn't true. I like dogs. I just don't like the idea of owning them because I'd have to go outside and give them a walk in the middle of December. And, I don't want to go for give
oh,
my
well,
dog a walk when
well,
it's,
I've had
36
two
outside.
dogs in my life. We haven't replaced the last one,
Oh, I've
but
had
we never
dogs too. Well,
walked them
my
in
family has
December.
had
We never
dogs. That's
walked
how
them
I
in
formed that
December.
opinion.
Well, I
Well,
still
that
play
seems
with them
cruel.
indoors and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean,
Well,
no,
don't
I
they
mean
need
we
to go
have
to
a
the
fenced yard.
bathroom?
I know.
Well, see,
Well, you
I
sort of
don't
have a
at the
fenced
moment.
yard.
That's true. My girlfriend wants to get a dog and name him Doug. So I think I have several
Hey,
December walks in
whatever
my
she wants you to
future,
do, bud.
unfortunately. And that's kind of the
Yeah.
way the life seems to work.
All right.
All right. So as we wrap up here, why don't we talk a little bit about our really exciting guest on Thirsty Thursdays that we'll have next week, which I know you and I are both very, very
Yeah.
excited about.
I reached out to Ohio Craft Beers Association, and we'll be talking to Mary McDonald. She's the executive director of Ohio Craft Beer Association for Ohio. So it's gonna be a real fun talk. You and I are about to probably learn a lot on their side that a lot of us beer drinkers don't see. But I know they do a lot for Ohio breweries. They've changed several laws, and they're working on another one to help craft beer breweries out. So
And it's about
yes, it's about
distribution, right? I'm not
distribution.
super familiar, so if you could
We'll
maybe
read a lot
just
more into this, but it's gonna be a fun time.
Right.
I mean, I've done
Yeah,
Ohio
no, I'm really
Untapped,
looking
which
forward to
is
it.
one thing they run where they all majority of Ohio breweries are
Hmm.
on it, where it tells you where you're at, but every so often you check in, you get like certain prizes and stuff like that. Like my back wall, that's all because of Ohio Untapped. Yes,
Oh, they
that
sent you those
the
things?
sign was 150
That's so
and the
cool.
flag was 200. The sad
Oh,
part is
wow.
it
Okay. Cool.
sad or good part is it expires in January, so I get to start over from scratch. But oh yeah,
Oh, wait, what? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that next week for
yeah.
sure.
But it also makes it
Okay.
fun too, because that means I can go, even though it doesn't stop me from going to breweries I like. But so, all right,
Right. Yeah. All right, man. It's been a while. We've been talking. So
cheers,
I
buddy.
will I'll say
Yeah,
cheers and we'll end this thing. All
cheers.
right. We'll talk to you all next week.